This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Well, our skies appear to be clearing up. Is more rain on the way for the weekend? Stormwatch tops Channel 2 News at 5 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kristen Remington. Wendy is off tonight. Thank you for being with us. We do begin with Stormwatch coverage for you tonight. Chief Meteorologist Mike Algers in the Weather Center. Mike, could we see any more rain later tonight and into tomorrow?
Oh, it's possible we could, but this is not the same kind of forecast that we've had throughout most of this week here, where the possibility of severe weather coming through the area is certainly not only possible, but probable. At this point, we still have a few showers and thunderstorms out there. We've even kind of seen them drift through the area here, but they've been very light. We do not at this time have any more watches and warnings. We were under a flash flood watch earlier today that was supposed to go until 9 o'clock, but the Weather Service, I think properly here, has seen that things are just not shaping up to be that strong, and so they have killed that thing a little bit earlier here. So we're not under any watches, warnings, advisories of any kind here in the western part of the state. We are under some cloud cover here, and it's certainly possible we could see a little bit more, but right now most of the thunderstorm activity, and look at the strike counter up there on the radar. You know, we're talking about 50, 60, maybe at some point 80 strikes here all across northern Nevada, as opposed to the literally more than 1,000 strikes that were happening every half hour, most every day here throughout this week. So band of showers here, and a couple of them could possibly get up close to us. Right now the closest that we see is this little band kind of going through Fallon. We got one here through the Stagecoach Highway 50 area, and we've had a few light showers up here just kind of off the mountains here over in the Bird Eye region, but that's about all we have seen and all we are likely to see here over the next few hours, and things will probably start to calm down. Now tomorrow, what's happening is this low is starting to lift. Now this guy's been offshore here. It's moved slowly into this area. It is taking its time. Now it's kind of finally kicking up to the north, filling up a little bit, and that is allowing a little bit more of a stabilizing flow coming around here from the southwest. Normally I would say there's no chance of any showers, but we've got so much moisture left over here from all the rain and the activity that we've had that will probably, at least after things clear out tonight, we'll see a fair amount of sunshine tomorrow, probably pop up an isolated shower or two. You can see mainly on the mountains tomorrow. But apart from that occurring, I really don't expect to see all that much going on. A few clouds in the morning, 55 for our low, 40 at Lake Tahoe, 43 up on the passes. Now, our temperatures will also gradually warm up. We'll tell you how warm for the weekend and next week coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, Mike, sounds good. Thank you. And as you know, the Minden area has been slammed with heavy rain over the past week, and some residents say roads and trails on public lands may have intensified the flash flooding. Paul Nelson shows us why and what could be done to change it.
When heavy mountain rainfall happens in a short period of time, this is what you get. But the water follows the path of least resistance on its way to washes like this. That's exactly what happened during this week's flash floods in Minden.
It created a sheet action across the whole landscape. If you look at some of this area out here, it moved 6 inches to a foot of material from up the slope, clear across the road.
But not all of the water made it across the road. Instead, it used it as a path to the neighborhood below.
It'll follow the road downhill to wherever it comes out, and often it comes out by a street or by a subdivision.
Mark Garrick says that's exactly what happened to him for the second year in a row.
This intercepted all the water that came down from that mountain and brought it straight down like a river to my house.
The BLM has evaluated the area and agrees changes could reduce flooding, saying the addition of low-lying dips along 300 yards of the road could have kept water flowing past it instead of down it.
I think it may have changed a little bit. It would have got some of the water off faster. It wouldn't have eliminated it entirely, but it may have lessened potentially some of the washing stuff down below here.
This is a popular area for riding motorcycles and ATVs, but Garrick says their trails change the path of the water. Experts say this was a motorcycle trail that eroded away, forming a large crevice.
We need to ask the off-road vehicle operators to operate their vehicles on some 4 million acres that they have available to them out there away from our homes.
Thomas agrees the smaller trails can influence water runoff, but says it probably had little to do with this week's flooding issues.
They're going to capture some of the water. Obviously, they change some of the dynamics on the hill as far as the sheet flows and stuff. But, you know, this time there's just so much water going across the whole landscape. I don't think they made much difference.
Covering Stormwatch, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.
With all the storms we've been having, our roadways have certainly taken a hit as well. Erosion on the hillsides is causing some hazards for drivers. NDOT says they have 10 crews with 10 people each working every single day to clean up debris like rocks and dirt.
They respond immediately, set up traffic control in conjunction with local or state law enforcement, and then what they do is just begin immediately clearing that to get it safe and clear for the traveling public to use the road again.
NDOT says they have sent crews out to several incidents of debris falling from the hillside since the storms have come through the region. Earlier today, State Route 28 near Incline Village was reduced to one lane when a giant boulder blocked traffic. Officials say they had to be careful during heavy rainfall especially. So if you do happen to come across any type of debris on the road,
we really advise that if it's anything that could endanger their vehicle or especially their well-being, that they stop, turn around, and safely reroute themselves. That time that they'll spend in doing that is certainly well worth it for their own safety.
You can call 511 for the road conditions to find out if you need to take a detour while traveling as well. And whenever severe weather comes to northern Nevada, please turn to Channel 2 News for Stormwatch continuing coverage on the air, online, and on Facebook and Twitter. And you can keep track of the weather no matter where you are using our free Channel 2 News weather app. It gives you the radar forecast, watches and warnings right in the palm of your hand. You can download it by searching KTVN in the Google Play or Apple